I want aliens to be real. I think the biggest reason is because there needs to be something more than just this, right? More than our daily routines, more than the jobs, more than the taxes and the corrupt politicians. Because if the people in charge of our society right now really are at the top of the food chain, we're screwed. I like to think there's something out there that's bigger than us, that has things a bit more figured out. And maybe the idea is all that matters. You can't really grow unless there's something that shows you what you could be. Without that, you just keep doing it your way until you blow yourselves up with nuclear bombs or an asteroid hits. When we get left on our own, it seems like we really have no problem blowing each other's limbs off for simple disagreements. But if there's something bigger than us, maybe we'd finally just realize we're all on the same team. It's like humanity are still stuck in our teenager stage. Try to force things to go our way, cry when they don't work, blow something up when it really does. That's why I love getting out into nature. It's the best way to leave all that BS at the door. None of it comes with you when you step into a forest that's 150 kilometers away from any major city. This week I climbed a mountain with a reputation for being the UFO hotspot of Quebec, Canada. Mont Saint-Hilaire, 1 hour outside of downtown Montreal. 125 million years ago, tectonic plate shifting caused magma to push up underneath the surface here, and it cooled while it was still buried. The place is now littered with rare minerals, some barely found anywhere else on the planet. Researchers fly in from all across the world to take pieces of it home. That's the geology. Then there's everything else. Decades of reports, glowing orbs, triangular craft hovering over the mountain, gray beings and entities, all from people who've never met each other. Today we go up and explore the lore, the documented cases, the testimony from the last 50 years. The strangest case is the last one, so stick around for it. The very first thing I noticed about this place: most mountains have no opinion about your schedule or timing. This one does. It closes at 7:30 p.m. sharp, every single day of the year, no exceptions. Nobody stays after dark, and you have to reserve in advance or you don't get through the front gate at all. Daylight only. This is Lake Hurdle. It sits right near the start of the trail. Glacial melt carved it out of the mountain about 10,000 years ago. There's a rumor going back to the 1900s that said this lake had no bottom, that it dropped straight into a reservoir underneath the mountain. It didn't come from nowhere though. People were pulling out record-breaking sturgeon out of this lake, fish way too big to be living in something this size. So the theory was that there was a corridor down there, feeding them in from somewhere else. There's also some really crazy lore about the mountain itself being hollow, and an entrance into hollow earth, that it's even an underground facility for deep government projects, possibly involving aliens. Now those are some fun ideas, but they've actually gained so much steam that the place itself has had to come out and deny all of it. They say that the lake actually does have a bottom, and it's about 9 feet. They keep the entire thing off limits though. No swimming, no fishing, no boating, no setting even a foot in it. These days it serves as a drinking reservoir for the towns below. I wanted to get a better look at the lake without 100 people crowding around, so I went off trail and found my own little spot. There's no doubt that this lake looks exceptionally beautiful. I mean, the scenes look like they're straight from a movie. I didn't notice anything too strange about it though, except for this house. There's not too much info about it online. It's actually listed as a shrine on Google Maps, and the name of it is Astrid Haven. Astrid meaning of the gods or divine, Haven meaning safe place. And given all the other anomalies and weird things about this place, the lore and the history, it's kind of interesting that there's just a house sitting here called Safe Haven of the Gods. Speaking of shrines, I can't really explain this part, but the entire time I was down there, it almost felt like I was in southern Japan. The trees, the plants, the mountain itself, the climate. I guess that's just another testament to how unique this place is. This mountain has always had stories attached to it. In the 1800s, settlers had a legend called the Three Fairies. There were 3 fairies living in a crevice in the cliffs. 2 of them granted gifts, the 3rd cursed the ungrateful and the careless. They come down into the village in disguise, in the form of small animals or beggars, to see how you would treat them. People believed that for hundreds of years. The cave is now closed. There's been too many accidents, including a Boy Scout who died there in 1941. Even up to today, there's a hiking trail called the Fairy Trail, where you could get glimpses of this crevice along the hike. This is one of the most classic legends about this mountain. That's interesting, but it gets even crazier. Let's go back to 1981, where there was a local man named Richard Glenn who hosted a radio show called Esotérisme Expérimental on community television and radio. 2 months out, he goes on air and tells his entire audience that on the night of August 22nd going into the 23rd, UFOs would pass over Mont Saint-Hilaire, and that one of them would even descend into Lake Hurdle. Fast forward and the night comes. Well, over 600 people drive out here and climb this mountain to watch it all happen. At the exact hour that it's supposed to take place, the mountain gets swallowed by storm clouds, hard wind, and torrential rain. By several accounts, the rain was only over the mountain and nowhere else. However, afterward, there were witnesses in the Montreal papers that described balls of light hovering and pulsing above the cloud line. There were also people in the field that saw nothing at all. Now, were these typical orbs of light that people see, or was this just lightning? Nobody really knows, but something even stranger happened 2 weeks later.
So do I believe in UFOs or aliens or all that good stuff? I mean, of course. Of course. Now, will I see anything like that on this hike today? Very unlikely. But you never know. What is interesting is how they close this place at 7:30 sharp. They don't let anybody stay afterwards. To get here, you need a reserve beforehand. It's pretty locked down. So, for whatever reason that is, I don't know.
One man on community television is easy to dismiss, but 2 weeks later, this happened. André Prudhomme, a local, he was a former town councilor and lived on the west slope of the mountain. At around 10:30 p.m. at night, on the night of September 6th, he's getting ready to go to bed. He looks out from his living room window, and there's a bright white object that's sitting completely still above the mountain, rotating, pulsing in different colors. No sound at all. So he calls his neighbor, Richard Glenn. Glenn comes over with a high-powered spotlight and points it at the object. He flashes it 3 times. The object answers. 3 flashes back. Enormous light. There's a 3rd person in the room there too, witnessing the entire thing. Prudhomme's wife, Nicole, watched all of this take place. 3 flashes out, 3 flashes back, 3 witnesses, 3 fairies. This mountain has been telling its stories in 3s since the 1800s.
Yeah, we made it to the top. More than halfway through now. Did not see anything crazy. Didn't even really get to sit at the summit because there was just like, the summit was like tiny. There's like 1 rock and there's like multiple families up there just sitting. So that's a bit disappointing, but I found this little side trail here. We're gonna keep going.
If you want to write those 2 cases off, fine, but that doesn't explain global UFO network's interest with this place since the 1970s. In the 70s, a group called UFO Quebec ran a long investigation, years of sightings from across the entire province. They mapped out where each object was coming from and where it was heading, and looked at where they all crossed. The lines converged here, at this exact mountain. MUFON Quebec has reported that several hundred testimonies are tied to this place. The most common description that people report is seeing a triangular object the size of a stadium hovering above the mountain silently. That sounds insane, but it's one of the most commonly reported sightings on Earth. Thousands of people, different countries, different decades, no contact with each other. Same descriptions every single time. The most interesting thing about all these cases isn't the specific details, but that everything that people have seen here isn't unique to here. They correlate with examples that people have given going back decades, even coming back to the present day. So I don't know if there's something out there, or if everything that we covered today is just some crazy story. I didn't see anything, but clearly somebody did, or several hundred people have. All I know is that I'm not going to stop looking.
No one knew about S4 back then, but he did. He knew where it was. He knew exactly where it was. And he knew about the flights that take people out there. He had a